Here.
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 Are there any conflict of interest statements?
No.
Approval of the minutes of the meeting of February 8th, 2018.
I motion to approve the minutes from February 8th.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item 5, correspondence. A bid opening, 3rd District, local street project, Waltham Avenue, lighting improvements to Blaine Avenue to Lewis Street. And we have 3 bids on this. The first is from Hawk Enterprises, Crown Point, Indiana. And they have their Form 96, their bid bond, their non-collusion affidavit, and their total bid is $169,079.05. Our second bid is from TGB Unlimited from South Bend, Indiana. They have their bid bond, their Form 96, and their non-collusion affidavit, and their total bid is $145,133.27. And our last bid is from Midwestern Electric from East Chicago, Indiana. They have their bid bond, their non-collusion affidavit, and their Form 96. And their total bid is $143,657.93. Do I have a motion to submit to the engineering department for tabulation and recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Item B, bid opening 1st District Local Street Project, Reese Avenue lighting improvements, 119th Street to Indianapolis Boulevard, Dearborn Avenue lighting improvements, Goslin Street to 141st Street. And we have 3 bids for this. The first one is from Hawk Enterprises, Crown Point, Indiana. And they have their bid bond, their Form 96, and their non-collusion affidavit. And their total bid is $455,687.95. Our next bid is from TGB Unlimited, South Bend, Indiana. And they have their bid bond, Their Form 96. And their non-collusion affidavit. And their total bid is $425,623.34. And the last bid is from Midwestern Electric, East Chicago, Indiana. And they have their Form 96. Their non-collusion affidavit and their bid bond. And their bid is $387,712.92. Do I have a motion to submit to the engineering department for tabulation and recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Item C, LPA Consulting Contract, it does number 1382659 for Marquette Greenway, Hammond Lakefront Park to State Line with Nice Engineering. Dean, did you want to say anything on this one?
Wow, they're all here? We don't know.
President, sorry.
Sorry.
This is the project that is the agreement between Nice and the city for engineering services for observation of the Marquette Greenway project. It is a project in part funded by the Indiana Department of Transportation. It's an 80-20 split, and we have an agreement with the Hammond Port Authority to pay the portion, the local match portion, and requires Board of Public Works approval for this. So I ask that you please approve this request, this agreement.
Thank you.
Motion to approve the consulting contract.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Item D, correspondence received from Construction CAD Solutions requesting a time revision to a previously approved permit for work on Summer Street due to changes made to the project. Any issues with that? Okay.
Mark said go ahead, or, yeah, Mark ordered. Motion to go ahead and approve the correspondence from Construction CAD Solutions.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item E, correspondence received from J.J. Newell confirming pricing for the 2018 sidewalk program will remain at 2017 cost. Do we need action on this or just an FYI? For our records. Okay. All right. Item F, correspondence received from Councilman Scott Rakos requesting $200,000 of gaming funds be allocated for 6 district park projects. It has been signed by the mayor.
Motion to approve the request from the councilman.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item G, correspondence from Chief of Police John Doty requesting specialty pay retroactive to October 20th, 2017 for officers Mike Daniels, Ralphie Bogie, William Short, Jeffrey Long, Anthony Moser, Rudy Gracia, Patrick Vicari, Christopher Burdine, Robert Tishi, Carl Edom, Charles Turner, Stephen Kellogg, Michael Jordan, Robert Bunner, Amanda Early, David DeBauer, Jonathan Woods, and relinquishment of specialty pay to Rob Cobb, Eric DeMose, Lawrence Fallon, Jason Gonzalez, Tom Grabowski, Gabriel Gutierrez, Stephen Guzier, Francisco Herrera, Anthony Hill, Eileen Hinojosa, Sean George, Mark Cruz, Joseph Muniz, Paul Maldonado, Carmen Martinez Ramirez, David Massey, Carrie Newman, Joel Orzoko, John Peck, Anthony Pinarski, Ronald Rogers, Ron Regina, Thomas Sawyer, Billy Shelton, Robert Taylor, Derek Thomas, and Dave Willoughby, effective February 23rd, 2018. Because this is a police matter, I'll ask that that Mr. Long abstain from this vote, so I'll entertain a recommendation.
I recommend to approve the police chief's request.
And I'll concur. Item H, specific finding of fact and decision on property located at 4841 Hickory Avenue, 1 unit.
This is a rental appeal for 2017. There was a period of vacancy. I'd ask the board to please approve it.
Motion to approve the specific finding of fact.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item I, contract for demolition services with Acton Contracting LLC in an amount not to exceed $39,620 for demolition of 1573 Beverly Street, 7217 Harrison Avenue, 7234 Jarnicki Avenue, 7604 Linden Avenue, 7610 Linden Avenue, and 7626 Linden Avenue.
Good? Oh, yeah. Motion to approve the contract for demo services.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Item J, notice to owners of affected property located at 1400 126th Street, 2620 New York Avenue, 2600 New York Avenue, 1400 126th Street, 2400 New York Avenue, 2500 New York Avenue, and 1351 126th Street.
It sounds more complicated than it really is. City of Hammond is the adjoining property owner. There's going to be a rezone, and they're just notifying the adjoining property owner. We are the adjoining property owner for all of those properties, and so we're receiving the notice. I would just ask the board to acknowledge receipt.
Do we need action at all? Just, okay, thank you. Item 6, matters from other board members. Matters from other department heads or their representatives. New business, old business. The meeting's open to the public.
Motion to adjourn?
All those in favor? Aye.
Okay.
We had a member of the audience wishing to speak, so we are going to call the meeting back to order. Roll call, please. Here.
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 Okay, we're going to go to item 10, meeting open to the public. Sir, would you like to state your name for the record, please?
My name is George Howard.
Okay, and why are you here today, sir?
First of all, I want to apologize to the board. I was here 10 minutes early, and I was directed to go downstairs and got lost and came back up, and the meeting was adjourned. So, but I did want to have a chance to be heard. I talked to Mr. Kelly, and he instructed me that, typically it would go as proceeding as usual. The last time I was here, Mr. Kelly and I got into a discussion openly where I had to ask for respect publicly because I was yelled at, literally yelled at. I'm talking. I'm talking. I'm asking to be heard. This is a public hearing. Please don't interrupt me.
Sir, can you go ahead and let us know what business you
ma'am.
have before the...
Yes, ma'am. Last time I was here, I did not have the deed to the property. I bought a tax
Can
lien
you
on
tell us the property address, please?
936 Conkey Street.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I did not have the deed to the property. We received, as a consequence of having a lien on the property, an order to demolish. So I came out to the hearing in July. I was told that in July that you would put a hold, after I was disrespected by this young man, that you would put a hold on any proceedings to do with this property as far as demolition. 2 weeks later, I got a letter in the mail saying that they were proceeding with the demolition and taking bids. I called his office. I couldn't speak with him. I was transferred to this young lady. I was hung up on and disrespected again. I'm a citizen. I don't disrespect anybody, but the way I've been treated has been unacceptable in this place and on the phone. It's not right. I took pictures of the property when I now perfected deed. We now have deed to the property. I would like to restore the property. However, when I went out to take pictures, because I was supposed to come back to you and bring you a plan to how I was going to restore the property in a time frame. When I went out to the property and actually was able to access the property legally, there's very little to be done to the property. There is some gutter, some soffit damage that would have happened over the years, has been abandoned. And then there's 2 windows that's broken that look like the city boarded up. Other than that, on the outside of the property, I'm sorry, there's a piece of siding in the front, one piece, and maybe 18 inches, maybe a piece this big in the back that has to be put up. That's all that's wrong. I have pictures of it if you would like to see them.
Let me go ahead and explain just kind of a little bit of the process to you,
Okay,
sir.
thank
So I
you.
think prior to you taking ownership over the property, this property, for some reason, required an inspection to where they detailed everything that was wrong with it, and it was put on the list to be demolished or rehabilitated.
Okay.
The previous property owner did not enter into a rehabilitation agreement, so it went on the demo list.
Okay.
Now, I know that what you said where they were going to not take any action, as far as going down the road of demolishing the property because you wanted to restore it. But typically, when it goes on the demo list, it still goes on that list to be bid out, because that process takes a good amount of time. And just because it's bid out with all the other properties, doesn't mean that we're gonna go and knock it down within a few
Well,
days.
he explained it to me just outside the
So
courtroom.
it's on the list, so that in the event that you do nothing with it, like the previous owner did nothing with it for a long period of time, then when the time expires, we're gonna knock it down. So as long as you're taking actions and you're moving forward with a rehab agreement with us, we're not gonna go on your property and knock it down. Now, it sounds like you've taken some pictures that you think that there might be some things that are, need repair, not sure exactly what needs to be done. I think what we need to do is schedule another inspection, and that you can understand exactly what this department requires of you to bring it up to code, so that we could take it off the demolition list for you.
And that's what he just explained to me.
And then you're gonna sign a rehabilitation agreement, and during that time, you're just gonna come before us for status. And as long as you're moving forward and you're doing something, and it's not just sitting there for months and months and months, we're not gonna come on your property and knock it down.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm nervous.
So,
This is my first time in Hammond.
That's-
I can tell you that you guys have an impeccable reputation of keeping your city together. Investors are scared to come in your city. We do a great job of restoring our stuff, so I'm not,
and understand that it takes a lot to get it on the demo list, right? So it's not something that just comes up there once, after a week or something.
On the property. I was here in July. The property was put on the demolition list. The previous owner died in 2012. The property's had no water since 2011, so it has been vacant for 7 years, almost going on 8 years now. John Jenkins was the previous owner. There are many check marks indicating that there are issues. If you recall, in July, he did not yet hold the deed. He was not expecting to get the deed until December. We actually put a stay on the demolition until December 28th. He did call me after we received the open bid. I indicated to him that just because we open bid on all of the properties, because we can't do them one at a time, because we have to publish them, we have to, put them in the paper, we have to open bids, that no action would be taken. He became very belligerent on the phone, saying that we said we wouldn't do anything on the property. I said, no, we would stay demolition until December 28th. December 28th has actually passed. We are now 2 months beyond December 28th, and this is the first contact we've had with him concerning the property. So, I'm not sure where all these issues are arising. This has already been explained. I've given him a copy of the resolution. The resolution says you must pay for an inspection, which includes an interior inspection. We could not do an interior inspection
Until we had the
previously
deed.
because the owner was deceased and it was up on tax sale. We can't go into these properties. So he will have to pay for an interior inspection. As this is not his primary residence, he will have to have contractors perform the work. He will have to enter a written rehab agreement, the same we have done for the previous 600 properties that we have put through this board. So I'm sorry that this owner's feelings were hurt. However, all I have explained to him is exactly what I have said now, and there's been a great deal of pushback about wanting to do things the way that the board is going to require them.
well, in all due respect, I'm a licensed and ordained minister. My father's a pastor. My sister's married to a pastor. My brother's a pastor. I have a degree in theology. Also a degree in business. I respect everybody, everyone. I don't get belligerent. I don't use profanity. That's not who I am. It's not my character. This young lady yelled at me and disrespected me because I asked her, what does a stay mean? Literally, I said, this board gave us a stay to December 29th. She said that she would proceed. I said, so you're going to ignore the board's decision? She yelled at me and hung up the phone. Literally, did not say bye. She yelled at me and hung up the phone. It's discouraging. I don't know anything about this city. Literally, I bought about 40 properties in Gary. I own 2 properties here. I don't know anything about this city, but I can tell you that the reputation of the city, that you guys do an impeccable job of making sure you maintain your city. I applaud that. However, when you want to find people who want to come in and try to participate in the restoration process, it's very frustrating when you have to deal with this.
Okay, sir, so, yeah.
I'm not
The
asking.
board knows, policies and procedures are the same for every property. Oftentimes, we get people that buy properties that feel that it shouldn't be on the demolition list because it looks halfway decent on the outside. It's not the way it works. We don't know what the interior is. It didn't just fall on the demolition list, there's a reason that it's there. when they don't seem to be able to get their way, when they don't be able to, repair the building themselves, they get resistant. They don't like the way the policies and procedures are saying. We're impeccable in that manner because we do policy and procedures the same for everyone. There's no change because this man's a minister or any of his relatives. It's the same for everybody. If we don't do this consistently, then we're gonna have a reputation of just pay to play, and that's not the way it works.
I'm not asking for inconsistency.
So
I'm not
here's
asking.
what we, I mean, as the board, here's what we can do for you.
Yes, ma'am.
We have an owner who wants to repair a house. That's what we want to see happen. We'd rather not knock them down, right? So you have to schedule an inspection.
I haven't asked for
interior.
any exceptions.
Okay,
And
well, I mean, I
don't
think
expect
that we've gone through the process with you. Do you have any questions on that process?
No,
The
I
next
think you
step
just
is
explained I gotta go downstairs, I
you
gotta
need
pay
to
the
file,
$150 for the
schedule an
inspection.
inspection for the interior and the exterior,
Okay.
which you will have to pay for. They will go through the checklist of everything that's required of you to bring it back up to code so we can take it off the demolition list.
And as long as I
You'll
can
come
be-
back before us, we'll enter into a rehab agreement, and as long as we see progress, we'll do status, and we won't knock it down,
Okay.
okay?
And that's my biggest concern. I paid $5,000 for a property that I did not want to come.
We understand the
by
issue you had with
and
the
it's
deed,
gone.
so now that that's been resolved, we have the ability to go inside and tell you what you need to do,
Okay.
okay?
All right.
So that's the procedure, and,
Now, I do have a question, though.
Yep.
When you guys issued a stay, and we still proceeded with the bid, is that procedure?
yes, because, like I said, it takes a long time to get it to the point where it's on the demo list, and we bid it all out. We will stay any action on it at that point, which means that just because there's a bid on it, there's usually a group of 20-some houses that the contractors are bidding on. Just because there's an active bid out there for it, doesn't mean that we're gonna touch the property.
and
So when
are
we
the-
issue the stay, that means we're holding off. We're not doing anything. We're waiting for you to see if you can get that issue resolved with the deed and see if we can get you into a rehab agreement.
Well, in all fairness, what you explained to me today is what he's explained to me, and what you just explained to me now about the stay is what she explained to me. However, I followed up the question and said, okay, so if there's a stay, why are we taking bids? And that's when the phone call changed. Thank you for you guys are totally consistent. There hasn't been any disagreements. However, I was looking for education. I don't know this process. And looking for education, I was disrespected. So I thought I would come here to make sure that was done.
Well, we understand the process now. We're good?
I believe so. I think I go downstairs.
So
I
the
don't-
first
I
thing to
don't
do
know-
is schedule that inspection.
All right, I go downstairs, pay the $150. Once I pay the $150, about 2 weeks later, I'll get an inspection. He says, look backed up. And they'll give me an inside and outside inspection, a report. They'll let me know what I need to be done. I will have to hire a city licensed contractor for the work that has to be done, rehab agreement, and then we'll follow up with this in about 3 months. Is that pretty much my
Pretty
understanding?
standard, yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not asking for any exceptions. I just want to know what the process is and don't want to drive by the house and it's gone.
We're not going to do that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.